Hello and welcome to Cash Reviews. In today's video, we're taking a look at the Wolfbox i07 3-channel dash cam. In this video, we're going to open this thing up, do a quick installation, and then go over its features and help you determine if this product is for you. Before we open this thing up, let's talk price. These cameras are around $200, but coupons are readily available, so make sure you click the links in the description to make sure you're getting the best deal. Now let's go ahead and open this up and see what you actually get, and then we'll install it. All right, here we go. We'll get the shrink wrap off. And now we have our product. We'll pop this lid off and see what's in there. I will say that this packaging is pretty nice. So it looks like we have our main camera unit right here. I'll pull this out of the bag so you could see that. And this thing is fairly compact. It is on the slightly bigger side, but again, this is 3 channels, so you have front, back, and a rear view camera, but this is the main unit. We can see what we have in here. I'm guessing this is instructions. In this one we have, I'm guessing, the backup camera and cords. Okay, so we have the backup camera here, and then we have a cord that is a power cord, and then one of these is a camera cord. Also, there's some more adhesive for attaching cameras and something to clean off probably both the cameras and your windshield. Let's put the stuff we don't need aside and take a closer look at what's included. So this cable here is the reverse camera cable. I'll pull out the reverse camera and show you that. This is the camera. This just plugs right in, and then you would be connected. This is your power cord. This plugs right into a cigarette lighter, and then this end will plug into your unit. And again, this is the main camera unit, so you have a front-facing camera, a rear-facing camera, and this screen here. I'll pull this protector off, and that's where you're going to see your display and set up the camera. Your front-facing camera is 2.5K, and your rear-facing interior camera is 1080p along with the backup cam. One thing that is nice is this already came with a 32GB memory card, so you don't need to buy one. To install this product, the first thing that you're going to want to do is plug in the included power cord. This just plugs into a 12-volt port in your car. From there, you need to plug in your unit, so go ahead and find this port on the top and then plug in your cord. Now wait a few seconds here and it should turn right on. And now we need to go ahead and just go through the setup menu. And just like that, this camera is on. I'm going to go ahead and remove those blue protective covers that are over the cameras, and everything should look much better here. And now you could go ahead and position your camera and figure out where you want to put it. I would recommend having the cameras on for this, and if your camera turns off, you could press this button down here, and that way you could see about what you're going to be looking for. The cameras do swivel up and down to adjust the position, which is nice, but you want to make sure that you're not going to be obstructed by something like your mirrors. Now, this does come with 3M tape that you could stick right to your windshield, but then it's going to be hard to move. So this kit comes with an electrostatic sticker here that we're going to put on the windshield instead of going straight to that 3M tape. So we're going to wipe down the area that we're going to want to mount this to, and if it's really dirty, you might want to use some glass cleaner or something like that. Then we're going to take this sticker, peel it off just like that, and put this right onto our windshield. And again, this is designed to make it so you could easily remove this dash cam if you need to, but this thing is actually pretty solid on there. Now, according to the manual, you're supposed to wait 24 hours for that to really adhere to the window to give yourself the best bet of having it not fall off, but I'm going to go ahead and stick this on anyway for the sake of this video. You could go ahead and remove this 2-way tape, which by the way is sometimes a challenge, and then you could go ahead and get this thing oriented how you want it and stick it in place. And just like that, this dash cam is in place, and if you want to run just the front and the rear camera, this thing's ready to go. To install the rear-facing camera, it's as simple as plugging in this connection here and then plugging in the cord to the top of the dash cam. Alright, so now I got this thing plugged in here, and as you can see, the rear camera is on. It really is as simple as plugging this in, making sure that it's entirely plugged in, and then this camera will turn on. Now you do want to take a look through the settings and make sure everything is showing up correctly. So right now the mirror is flipped, so we're going to go ahead, turn flip rear mirror off, click back, and as you can see, this is the correct orientation for this rear view camera. What I would recommend doing is running this camera to a location inside the car that you're still going to be able to see out of the car. Once you find a spot, I would recommend taping it in place and setting up the car exactly how you're going to use it. So in my case, close the hatch and then go take a look on the actual display and see how it looks. And here you could see that you could see out that back window there, so that would be a good place to run this camera. Now, I have a full in-depth video on installing Wolfbox dashcam, so if you want to check that out, I have the link in the description. For now though, let's go over just the features of this product. I'm going to use it for about a week and then come back and finish this video. Alright, so now I've used this thing for a little over a week and I have a pretty good idea of how it works and how good these cameras are. So this here is the front-facing camera in 2.5K, and it honestly looks pretty good. It's obviously not a cinema camera and it's not a, super high-end camera, but for a dash cam, this thing truly does look really good in the daytime. We'll get to the nighttime footage later. So right here, you can see that once you start moving and once the dash cam picks up on GPS, it does give you speed and coordinates, which is pretty cool. Also, this camera does give you interior sound as well, and I'll be quiet here so you could just hear what that sounds like. And now this is what the inside camera looks like while it's recording. This is the inside rear-facing camera that's built into the unit. And this one also looks pretty good. And the reason I didn't install the full rear-facing camera that you can mount at the back of your car is you honestly could see what's behind you really well with this view, and I didn't want to go through the time and effort to fully install that rear view camera when I could see most of what I would want anyway right here. And now let's take a look at how this looks at night. Now this camera does have infrared lighting, which means that it actually looks pretty bright inside the car even at night. Here I'm going through a downtown area and you could see the road behind me pretty well, and it honestly is well lit, and I don't think you could really beat this for a dash cam. And finally, front facing at night also looks pretty good even when it's super dark out and all you have is headlights. This is on a road with no street lights, and as you could see with the headlights on, you could still see what's right in front of you if you had to replay it. So if someone crashed in front of you, if you crashed into something, you should be able to see it for the period of time that that thing is right in front of you. Of course, if something's farther off in the distance where it's not well lit, you won't be able to see it super well, but that's to be expected with something like this. So I hope that gives you a pretty good idea of how this footage looks. Now we'll get into the setup and how I like the interface on this camera. Alright, so hopefully that footage gave you a good idea of what to expect for output from this dash cam. Overall, it really does look good. So again, if you're running it with two cameras, you could actually run that front camera in 4K and the inside rear camera at 1080. If you're running it with three cameras, the front camera is going to be 2.5K and the rear two are each going to be 1080. A few other nice features that I want to go over about this camera is that this thing could record while the car is off if you use a hardwire kit. Now on the other Wolfbox camera that I had, I installed a hardwire kit, so again, if you're interested in that, I have that video linked down below. But this will allow the camera to record in a time lapse when the car is off, so you still have coverage if someone hits you when you're parked. The other thing it will allow you to do is basically put the camera in a collision mode, so if the car gets hit, the camera will turn on and start recording. Now again, these features are available if you hardwire in the camera, not if you used a switched power like I did on mine. Another nice thing about this is you could set it up so the screen turns off while you're driving. That's what I did because it makes it so you don't even notice that you have a dash cam up there, and that's really nice. The only thing that you notice with the dash cam is the infrared lights on at night, and they're very dim, and you're really only going to see them if you're focusing on that. So overall, installation of this product was super simple and very straightforward. You could literally set it up in 5 minutes or less if you're not going to run that back-facing, very back camera. If you do want to go ahead and buy one of these Wolfbox cameras, I have links down below to where you could get the best deal, because again, coupons are readily available and you'll be able to see those down below. If you want to see a full installation on a different Wolfbox camera, I also have that linked down below and in the end screen. I'll see you there or at the next video.